2020 was a bitch. All I wanna do is this. Motherfucker don't know. Need to real in this bitch. Niggas like to go low, but they can't get with this. Nigga trying to make money, starting off real hard. Nigga couldn't even go. Wanna know what's the show? Need to real on the mic. YouTube streets in the night, doing all that he could. Nigga gon' keep it hood, but the haters won't top me. Motherfuckers won't block me. Assholes gon' flag me. Motherfuckers can't stop me. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Need the real, getting lit, yo. Need the real like FICO. Need the real score higher than a 7-800. That's not a typo. Need the real on horizon. China road is higher. Troller trying to play me. They a motherfucking liar. AFW on a corner. Can't depend on honor. She recruit another sect. Now she is a rich. Lame niggas in another space. Seeing dollar signs in this place. Good guys gonna protect the place. Trying to keep the fucking haters away. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware.
Profane's not enough. Need the real will surely cancer up. If you can't fill her up, baby, the real will quickly fill her up. I wanna fill you up. The real wanna fill you up. You have a lot of energy and you're needing me to bed propane faking like a real G. You need a lot of attention. You can't mention that did you real the answer to all your questions. You felt all the attraction and you heard my voice. In your mind you knew that I am the clear choice. It had to be awkward for you to play it all. Sorry my stream had your mind lost. If you can't fill her up, profane's not enough. Did the real will surely cancer up. If you can't fill her up, baby, the real will quickly fill her up. I wanna fill you up. The real wanna fill you up. I heard you in the clouds, you know what I'm talking about. Did the real wanna feel those soft lips and mouth? Please don't give it away, he all in your face. Oh, yeah. Yelling at you, talking at you all kinds of ways. Wish that I was around to take you away. Telling my tongue doing what you say. Nigga, don't get mad. That shit your name. I can't help that she wants the kid. Nigga can't feel her. Propane got enough. Need the rail with surely cast her up. If you can't fill her up, baby, the rail will quickly fill her up. I wanna fill you up. The rail wanna fill you up. I know you feel like you in a prison right now. Listen to the rail and let his voice be a comforting sound. I know you feeling all over your body. You wish that the rail was right there, right now today. I know he's sitting right beside you right now, looking at you smile. But I know he with a frown. I know he wished that he had the influence I had over you. That's why they call me the Godfather. All I wish with is light skin girl. I'm in love with light skin girl. All I wish with is light skin girl. I'm in love with all I wish with an avatar. Yes, I'll buy you a stove. Yes, a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. Yes, I am in love. And I don't give a damn if you don't ever care. Why don't you leave me alone? I'm gonna ride for her and I'm going strong. I'm gonna go from channel to channel. I don't give a damn if you think it's a scandal. I love light skin girl. They make my world. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with light skin girl. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with all I mess with an avatar. Yes, I'll buy you a stove. Yes, a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. I don't care how stupid I look. I have a form and a more than kindly sure. I'm gonna travel across the Atlantic. They goddamn G.I. made me panic. I almost lost it to who can change her. But she turned them down. She want a big ass black ass baby. All ass with a light skin girl. I'm in love with a light skin girl. Avatar. All I with a light skin girl. Yes, I'll buy you a stool. Yes, I'm a refrigerator. Don't care about you later. Check out your looking stupid. Got a nigga looking crazy. I already knew you were shady. Streaming content is lazy. When a bitch jump on a panel, it get too hot to handle. Superman come to the rescue. A nigga knows that it is true. Sipping hard. Oh my god, you need perform animal right. It's a motherfucking fantastic fraud. A motherfucking fantastic fraud. Motherfucking fantastic fraud. A motherfucking fantastic fraud. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with light skin girl. Never talk. All I mess with is light skin girl. I'm in love with. All I mess with Avatar. Give me some of this. Give me, oh yeah. Give me something like love, wisdom. Give me something like that, baby. Give me something like Atlanta Angel. More like Kendra did. Give me something like Faith, baby. Give me something like Elise. Give me something like Crystal. Let's learn about Crystal. Give me something like Bayou Bunny. More like Concrete Rose. Give me something like Sister George. More like Custody B. Give me something like Tasha K. Layla Lynn. Oh yeah. Give me something like King Ghana Girls. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Oh, like Rashida, baby. Rashida, baby. My dark skin queen. Oh.
Welcome, everybody. This is D. Durrell with the Conscious Clientele. Happy to be here once again with each and every one of you. I know it's been a while, guys. I know you all haven't been hearing from me during the week. I know you all are wondering where the hell is D. Durrell been. Bottom line, read the bottom of the screen, and that will give you the answer to all of your questions. You know, I have realized as a professional counselor, as the CEO 100% owner of TLCC, voted the best mental health facility in a suburb outside of Houston in Galveston County, Texas City, Texas. The city itself has recognized the work of D. Durrell throughout the community, servicing a community inside the community of about over 50,000 people and at least 100,000 plus when it comes to the surrounding areas throughout the county. So then I had to reflect on things, guys. I had to assess what my priorities are. I had to assess my behavior. I had to assess my content. And sometimes it takes being recognized things, what other people see in you that you may not see in yourself. To know that the community, I'm talking about a community that is a mix of white, black, Hispanic, Asian. They sought D. Durrell in my company as the best mental health facility. Companies that are far bigger than mine, companies that have a far reach than mine, companies that have way more resources than me. But they saw after my company and they voted me as the best mental health agency from 2021. So what do you think about that, conscious clientele? Now, I want you all to understand. I've always prided myself on operating at a high level. I've always prided myself on trying to be the best of the best. I've always looked at myself as being the best no matter what I was doing, to exceed at a high level, to break the ceilings where the ceilings are built. I've always never used my race as an excuse. I've always looked at it as an asset. I see you remix Life, Way Life God. That was a funny joke. Best sugar daddy in Texas 5 years in a row. That's funny, but I get you. But it made me, guys, relook at what I'm doing and where I'm going. It made me realize that I'm going to have to reinvest more into D. Durrell Life Solutions. And I'm going to put the pressure on for those that support me in this sector. Whether you like me or don't like me, you can only respect the information that I give in D. Durrell Life Solutions. It's bar none. There's nobody in the sector. Matter of fact, I've looked at other black therapists because I'm attempting to get D. Durrell Life Solutions into the black therapist sector or mental health sector. I don't even want it in the manosphere. I don't want it in black youth. I want it in the therapist mental health sector. What I have saw is that I have videos that people are just beginning to see that I created 3 months ago that are exceeding the videos that I am creating presently, particularly in the last two to 3 weeks. Shout out to Kai, NY007, for shouting me out on Kwame Brown Bus Life channel. I have gotten a great deal of new subscribers that have tuned in to my channel due to Kai, NY007, showing me love. What's up, living life to the fullest? You see, people think, these people in this sector think D. Durrell is just talking shit. They think D. Durrell is fake and phony. D. Durrell is not fake and phony. D. Durrell always showed receipts. D. Durrell showed you in and out of multiple locations that I've had, showing you the degrees on the wall. I have no reason to show any more than what I have already shown. And I decided to talk about the accolades that I am receiving. right now, as I reflected after receiving that reward, I'm saying to myself, I can't continue to do things at the level that I was doing in the sector. I can't continue to be. Now, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to let anybody talk about spreading my name throughout the sector any kind of way. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to respond to things a certain type of way. I'm not saying that I'm going to allow people to just do stuff and I'm going to zip it. Because I've been there and done that. Because what people don't understand is that when I first began in the sector, I was mild-mannered, I showed decorum, and I did not lose my cool, nor did I say a lot of disparaging things about people. I didn't begin to start doing that till I brought my ass back into the sector, because I said to myself, I'd be damned if I allow 3-4 people that support Lenin Out and anti-Afro to get on my platform and talk a whole bunch of shit. Now, in 2019 and part of 2020, I allowed people to do that. Now they're scared to come here now because they know I'm not going to allow them to do the shit that they did 2 years ago and a year and a half ago. Then it becomes, is D. Durrell really professional? Read the bottom of the screen. You the only one, anybody that asks that question, you're the ones that don't know. Because you don't realize that people that know D. Durrell for operating in the capacity that he is as a CEO, as a therapist, as a clinical director, as a manager of people, of my staff, they know my capabilities. They know my level of intelligence. They know my level of productivity. They know that I am a competent owner and operator of my business. How many other people can say they won an award for having the best mental health facility in that city? And that city services surrounding areas also in Galveston County. I'm not just servicing Texas City. I'm servicing the Lamarck area, the Hitchcock area, the League City area, the Galveston area, and all abroad. Even, remember the small town of Santa Fe, Texas, where they had that shooting at the school? I've serviced that area for over 15 years. Matter of fact, I had a location in Texas City from 2010 to 2013. No, 2010 to 2012. Yeah, Remix, I'm definitely going to support your show tomorrow. Tonight or tomorrow when you do your show, I'm definitely going to be there to support it. What's up, Vicky? How you doing? Now, like I said, I'm not going to be going around looking for beefs. You're not going to see me jumping on panels as much as I did. You're not going to see me jumping on panels late at night and all that other shit I was doing. And just constantly going and cranking out content on that. And I think that's funny. Make America Texas. That was clever. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. You're not going to see me late at night doing stuff 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. My ass is going to bed and resting up for the next day. Now, I'm going to say, I enjoy doing the content. I enjoy being at the forefront of the sector, being the Godfather. I'm still the Godfather. Anybody get out of line, you best believe I'm coming down on their ass. On the good guys, the other side, I'm still the Godfather. But you just won't see me navigating the streets, the sector as much as I used to. I'm not going to be as visible. What's up, Nate? By the way, guys, once y'all go check out Nate the Great albums, I've definitely purchased and downloaded some stuff. Hey, man, she got some lyrics. Definitely lyrical. Check out Nate the Great. I'm not going to be navigating, beefing with everybody. I understand that people are recognizing me for what I do in my real life as I've showcased. I have proven to be what I am. I have proven that. I have all types of other opportunities coming up. I have federal contracts that I have been actually, basically requested. There are government agencies that have came to me asking me, do I want to have an opportunity to be part of a federal contract? I have about 500 pages of paperwork to fill out between now and July 19th of this month. I printed out 3. I'm going to complete those over the weekend. I'm going to get that federal contract. That federal contract will propel my business even higher than where it's at now. I have another business, service that I haven't even started yet. Been approved for it. Have to complete some paperwork and assessments. I need to get that. That's priority. Those are priorities. Top level priorities. And I'm not finished. I have I'm currently being certified for what's called the BIP program, BIP. That's domestic violence. I'm trying to get certified as an instructor and accredited as a facility to provide these services. I will be a bona fide behavioral intervention or preventive program for men and women who suffer from traumatic events and domestic violence. That also will link me closer to the criminal justice system and other government agencies. That's where I'm maneuvering my company at this point. I'm looking to get a stronger connection to various government agencies and contract through these government agencies and also through the private sector. Exactly, T-Pre. They're not putting that kind of money in my pocket. And it never will. I've reprioritized. I'm going to be honest. It's not that I never took my eye off the ball from taking care of my business, because business is business. But what has happened is that I'm going to say from January up until about the middle of April, business was not like it is right now for me. Business has greatly picked up since April. Matter of fact, business has picked up once I moved out of Dallas and concentrated on the Houston area. Business has greatly picked up. And so that's what's up. And that's what I'm dealing with. T-Pre says everybody's been sidetracked from the pandemic. Time to get this bread. Exactly. My business was down. I mean, it was. I had to. My monthly revenues were down. Business was down. Business been down for me since March of last year. Has never gotten back to where it needs to be, but it has. I've actually downsized overhead in the size, but things are picking up, and they will pick up gradually more and more and more as we continue.
And that's facts. So that's what my priorities are. I will try my best during the week to do at least 1 or 2 live streams during the day. I'm not doing anything at night. And then on the weekend, if the time permits itself, my best bet is I'm going to definitely do a Friday. I'm probably going to, it's a good chance I'm going to do a Saturday and a Sunday. Now, I may miss a Saturday or Sunday depending on if I got some other things going on. And I'm going to talk about that. About my Saturdays and my Sundays. I'm going to give high quality content. May not be, the output may not be as much, but it's going to be a higher quality that's going to be objective oriented. It's going to have a reason. I got to have a reason, guys. You got to have a reason of why I'm doing content. I just can't be bullshitting around, throwing out a topic, talking about it, putting 5 Negroes, 6, 7, 8 Negroes on the platform, and everybody just talking and saying whatever. I'm no longer going to do that. You need to have a purpose when you come on my panel. You need to have a purpose when you come on D. Darrell's channel. You need to know what you're talking about. You need to get to the point. We're not going to have no creepy people talking for 30 goddamn minutes before you get to one goddamn thought. And then we move on to the next person. We need to be grown folk. This is grown folks content right here. Grown folks content. For grown folks right here. Like grown folk music, there's grown folks content. Stephen said, you had a lot of good topics on this channel that wasn't sector related, D. I wish you could bring those back. I am. I'm glad you brought that up, Stefan, because I will be bringing that back. I'm glad you stated that, because that will be coming back. That is a guarantee. Now, what I plan to do, I'm going to enmesh content from the Umar pro-black sector, the manosphere, black YouTube, whether it's the black woman sphere and black YouTube as a whole, and also filter that with a lot of things that go on within American culture, particularly in entertainment. I'm going to fuse that together. Now, I'm a Pan-African at heart. I am a Pan-African at heart, and I will have Pan-African content. I am pro-black at heart. I am black first. That will be the foundation. And let me tell you guys, it's not easy for me, because right now, guys, I have information right now. I'm going to say this. I could be on some fuck shit tonight if I wanted to. I have so much information that I can release now that would turn the whole context of this sector into, we'll be going into a whole nother narrative right now. I'm going to say this. I've gotten information on one of the most controversial figures in this sector that's no longer here right now, that could just have everybody going all over the place. I have knowledge of 3 other content creators. That information that Smoke gave me, that I could be talking about that right now. I could be going in on 3 people right now, and I would be blowing this whole sector up on the shit that they did. But I'm not. Right. As of right now, I'm not. Okay? My channel could be lit on fire right now. I'm choosing not to do this on the basis of me staying within my principles. I'm telling you now, I got so much dirt. I got so much dirt from the time I spoke to Smoke up until this morning. I have information right now that would kill the game if I wanted to. But I'm not using it because I don't need to do that. And trust me, There's a lot of people on both sides would want to know the information that I found out this morning. There's a bunch of people. They would stop what they're doing right now if I showed what I know. But I'm not going to do that. But Tom Dunn said leave it as a parting gift. I'm not going to do it yet. What I'm going to do is tell that person that claims they want to do stuff to harm me. Look, I'm not bringing up your name. I don't ever bring up your name. When I did bring up your name, I never said nothing offensive about you. But if you do something against me, something against me that's going to affect me in real life, I will have to throw some missiles. Because to be honest with you, I don't even know why you would even say. And if this person is listening, that person knows that I'm talking about that person. Be honest with you, I still got love for you. If you would hit me up today, I would have a talking discussion with you. But we haven't talked in months and months and months. But please, I'm a beg of you. I seek no harm in you. I don't want you wasting your money doing crazy stuff, and then I gotta waste my money to protect myself, as I've always done. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The kind of bullshit that this person is talking is one of the reasons why I would think about just exiting out of this motherfucker. Because I can't be spending. There's a difference between somebody doing some shit and and for me, I gotta spend money to protect what I have. See, I have to protect this. Because as you read below, I have a reputation. But you don't understand, when people say Dixie Spears, it means something. They know who I am. My name rings bells throughout this Region 6 Houston, Galveston area. It rung bells even in Dallas. Thank you, Donald Randolph. I have so much. I'm going to tell you all, the last 2 weeks have been so enjoyable for me to create and upload content on D-Derail Life Solutions. You don't know how great it felt for me to just spend, like say for instance, I would spend an hour and a half pumping out 4 or 5 videos to 2 hours. Then, now when it comes to the editing, I do that one day. I pump out the videos, just one after another. And then the next day, I start editing and crafting it together, putting in the thumbnails and so forth. And then after that, I load them. I load at least one video after another for the next 4 or 5 days. Tonight, I'm going to create some more content. I'm going to probably create some 20 to 30 minute premieres in which I'm going to throw some gems out to the black community and educate about mental health. Now, in many cases, I come across in a more of a lecturing manner, but I'm going to mix it up a little bit, just being straight up D-Derail, but I'm going to definitely keep it in a professional framework. I'm definitely going to keep it in a professional framework. Premieres, and that's my goal. That is my goal. And I think in the long term, that's what's in the best interest of me and the channel and my YouTube career. Again, I'm going to repeat, and particularly for that person that's not liking what I've been talking about lately, I cannot log in to my YouTube studio, which allows me to add and take away wrenches and to make people mods. Every now and then, if I attempt to log in to D the Rebirth Studio, it will allow me to do it. I hadn't logged in to D the Rebirth. I think it allowed me to log in somewhere around March, April. And I was in there for about 1 week, and then it logged me out. And even then, when I tried to take away mods and do stuff, it wouldn't allow me to do it. I'm actually thinking about creating make this just a channel where I no longer upload anything on and start a fresh, brand new Umar Johnson Sector channel. I'm actually thinking about doing that as a secondary backup channel to this one, where I'm just doing live streams and doing uploads that you all can see that focuses on the sector. I'm actually thinking about doing that. I'm really, really thinking about doing that. And I'm going to focus on doing that. I'm thinking about crafting that together if I choose to do so. Down around and say, tell them to put some respect on your name. Exactly. My name carries respect. That's why I'm the Godfather. You think I'm the Godfather because I was given that name. I earned that name. Okay? I didn't self-proclaim myself to be the Godfather. The Godfather was given to me because I earned it. Guys, don't you all know that D Darrell Life D Darrell channel that I had is I didn't even realize what I had till it was gone. Don't you know, guys, if that channel was still up, I would have 5,000 to 8,000 subscribers right now. Minimum. I could kill so many misnomers in this sector by going back to that channel in that archive and pulling up videos that could kill what Anti-Afro was saying, would kill what Gerald Palmer would say. It would answer questions that people that are new to the sector, that D Darrell that D Darrell channel comprised of all the answers. And it had receipts. What's up, Red Pill Finance? But I will be going back to doing content that's going to focus on mental health, but in a more vivid manner. I'm going to talk about relationships. I'm going to talk about marriage. I'm going to talk about the manosphere. I'm going to talk about the black womansphere. I'm going to talk about black YouTube. I'm going to talk about the pro-black sector. I'm going to talk about all different type of sectors where they do all type of weird, crazy ass, unproductive ass shit. And I will make a note of it. I will make a point to point certain people out who miseducate our people. I want to do a review on Tariq Nasheed bug breaking. I'm going to watch that and stream it and watch it. You see, I'm going to get back to it. And I'm going to also say this, guys. Be looking out for some of the times that I go live. I'm going to have a pre-recorded presentation, a pre-recorded content that I'm just going to post up. It's going to seem like a premiere where I'm posting up and just talking and presenting and educating, and I'm just talking and texting and doing other stuff while y'all watching for 30 to 45 minutes. There will be content like that. I will ask for anybody that want to come up and discuss it. I will allow a 30 to 45 minute discussion, and that will be end of the content itself. You're not going to be seeing me parading around for 4 or 5 hours. Them days are long gone. I don't mind doing it every now and then. What's up, Third World Colombian? Okay, we got my brother from another set coming in here. Okay. I feel you, brother. Good to see Third. Also, guys, for those that don't know Third World Colombian, please check out his channel called Fourth Quarter Talk. They usually go live at 3 or 4 o'clock. I think 4 o'clock on Saturdays. I'm going to have to miss tomorrow's Fourth Quarter Talk because I'm going to be doing content on Umar Johnson at the Shrine of the Black Madonna off of MLK in Houston. So Third Ward, I won't be able to see your content. I used to check out you and Topaz and your other boy, brother, whatever. But I won't be watching. I'm going to check the replay. But I usually check it out every Saturday. I make it a point to watch Fourth Quarter Talk. Oh, wow. Stephon saying that Verla popping up over there on Smoke Channel, huh? Oh, it's for the record. I'm sorry. Damn, I apologize. It's actually for the record TV. I apologize. Now, I don't know why I'm thinking Fourth Quarter. I know the name changed a couple times. It's for the record. Red Pill said, D. Darrell, the stepfather. You know, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about. Be looking out on D. Darrell Life Solutions where I will give an in-depth analysis of the mindset, the experiences, the responses, the value of stepfathers. Now, nobody inspires to be a stepfather. But hell, how many women aspire to be a stepmother? And for the manosphere to devalue and make stepfathers seem like simps, to me, is asinine. When half of the Negroes in the manosphere, if they had a stepfather, they would be in a better position than they are now. We don't have enough stepfathers in our community that's stepping up to the plate to understand and accept the fact that a woman has herself and her children as a package. And if you want this woman, the kids come with you. Just like if you have children, your children come with you. That's just facts. That's just facts. Now me, my real dad raised me. I have two half sisters that are older. My dad was their stepfather. But you know what? He was their only father. He was their only father that they ever had. So it's hard to say stepfather when you didn't know no other father. So we need to redefine that in the black community. You got people turning around talking about this is my stepfather, but you never had a father in your life. We need to have that discussion. Third one said, I would love to hear you do an upload on the whole turkey leg hut new dress code policy that people are mad about. Oh, man, I'm glad you brought that up, Third War, because I was actually thinking about, and I'm going to do this, man. I'm going to bring I got a high definition camera. I got a nice camera that I don't use a lot. I use it for my life solutions. I'm going to go out there, set up shop, and I'm going to interview for about an hour. I'm going to interview at least 10 to 15 people and ask them what they think about the dress code. The turkey leg hood ain't about 30, maybe 25 minutes from where I live. All I got to do is hit the beltway to 288 and make a left on Old Spanish Trail or whatever to get to Alameda. That's it. I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually thinking about it, man. If I wasn't going to the Umar Johnson event tomorrow, I probably would have spent some time doing that. Matter of fact, I gotta get with your girl Topaz, because Topaz was talking about it. Like, I'm gonna go and do, because I actually told Topaz that I was gonna go to the turkey leg hut and ask people about Black YouTube. Just interview people about Black YouTube. And Topaz like, hey, get ready to do it. Let me know. I want to come along. And so, but I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna say I may do that next weekend. The Turkey Leg Hut is to me the most popular Black restaurant in Texas. It's world renowned. All celebrities of all sorts, black, white, whatever, you in whatever industry, people come out, politicians, they come out to check out the Turkey Leg Hut. Third World Columbia says, by the way, for those who don't know, Turkey Leg Hut is in the hood. Shout out to Third World. Yeah, well, you know they call it Midtown now. It is Third Ward, but now you know they regentrified it's Midtown. Matter of fact, that whole Midtown area is popping. Not just the Turkey. They got other places out in the little restaurants and stuff. They got the clubs out there. If anybody coming out to Houston, hit up that Midtown area off of Alameda near the Turkey Leg Hood. You got, man, it's all kind of shit popping on. What's up, Conscious Energy? I said I get my German Shepherds. Come on, Red Pill Finance. Stop this shit. Stop this shit. But, yes, the quality, guys, the quality of my information is going to improve. The quality is going to be propelled to a higher level. T. Pre said, I like to talk about Wells Fargo closing personal lines of credit like that, not going to truly affect credit scores. And yes, it will. A lot of black banks with Wells Fargo. Yeah, a lot of black people do bank there. I didn't know they were closing. I do know that Wells Fargo was approving those lines of credit pretty easily. Because I know for a fact, Wells Fargo has contacted me multiple times about getting a line of credit. I've known people, as soon as they opened up a personal savings account and checking account, they initially applied for a line of credit and got it. Oh, Mike Powell said me and you are neighbors, saying, yeah, we're in the same town, man. Yeah, we here, brother. H-Town, me, you, Conscious Energy. H-Town is deeper in this mud. Oh, yeah, they have. Definitely. Third Ward said, I know it's called Midtown now due to that gentrification BS, but the area will always be Third Ward to me. That's where I grew up, and that's what I know and love. Yeah, man, it's definitely Third Ward. I mean, it is, but you know, you got KHOU over there. You got man, I used to go there. You know, when I used to go to the Midtown area, I used to go to the Reggae Hut. Man, they got some good ass food over there. By the Reggae Hut is further down, and then there was another. I think they got the Shape Community Center further down. But the Reggae Hut, I used to go over there, man, and eat like on a Friday. Man, they had some good meals. They'll be playing some Jamaican music, somebody playing some live music, singing. Man, I was loving it. That's when I really started going to that area. Pretty much, I didn't really start going into the Midtown area till probably 2014, 2015. I'm going to say 2014. Before that, I would go there every now and then. I didn't go to Alameda a whole lot. It just every now and then. But it's a spot, man. For those that have never been to Houston, the Midtown area is nice. I say the TSU and U of H sisters fine as fuck. Yeah, we have a lot of universities and colleges. You got TSU, you got U of H, you got Rice, you got Texas Women's, you got Houston Baptist, you got all those community colleges. You know, then you got Prairie View that ain't but an hour and a half to 2 hours away. Yeah, man, the Reggae Hut, man. I used to know the guy named what's the guy named the owner of it. I actually knew him because he used to be on a I don't know him personally, but the owner used to it's a radio station called KPFT. He would always be on that channel talking and speaking on a lot of different things. It's a public radio station. Before I began using YouTube, I used to get on community radio all the time. That was my little favorite pastime. Before I got on social media, I used to do like public radio, alternative radio stations was what I used to listen to all the time. I've actually went on KPFD and did a show before, twice. You know, so I used to listen to that. I used to listen to controversial stuff. I used to listen to pro-black stuff, and then I started doing the satellite radio stuff. I used to hear some of the stuff on satellite radio, and then from satellite radio, I started dabbing into YouTube just a little bit, and get on some and see some stuff on Facebook, and then what's it called, Blog Talk Radio, and then full-fledged. Once I got into the pro-black sector I loved, and then I hit the manosphere, and I was done. I was all into YouTube at that point. Watan Dunn says, I was born and raised in New York City, but I stay in Texas now. Okay, cool. Man, the Reggae Hut got some good, man, they got some of the best fish. Man, I remember I ate this thing where the fish, it was in this red gravy or whatever, then they had the drinks and stuff like that. Man, it was excellent. He says, TSU got one of the coldest bands, Ocean of Soul, HBCU bands in the country. No, brother. You see right here, baby, that's SU right there, baby. We the human jukebox. We got the best band in the land. SU, baby. SU all the way. Yeah, man. So, but you know, I'm gonna start having talks just about Houston, man. Just talking about shit that's going on in Houston. You know, damn, what's going on? Like, man, shout out to Southern, Grambling, TSU, Prairie View, Jackson. Man, for y'all that don't know, man, Deion Sanders has the 55 best recruiting class. He got a recruiting class that's on a D1 level as we speak. He got 4 or 5 4-star players. He got a bunch of 3-star players and 2-star players. In his second year, he's already right now ranked number 55. And above a bunch of other Division 1A schools. A SWAC school should not be ranked in the top 100. At least they never have been. But obviously now the trend is getting ready to change. And then you got your boy, what's his name that played for Tennessee? Eddie George going to Tennessee State. He may do the same thing. Now these athletes that were not getting these coaching jobs in the NFL and Division 1A, they going back to the HBCUs. Deion Sanders gonna sell some merchandise. Deion Sanders has the 55 best recruiting class in football. That is unheard of. Jackson State getting ready to dominate the SWAC. They getting ready to dominate the SWAC. It's about to happen. And what they're going to do, what's going to be curious about Jackson State is in those pre-conference games at the beginning of the year, they're going to challenge some Division 1A schools, and they're going to win. Yeah, Cynthia Cooper over there at TSU. Yeah. Cynthia Cooper really should be coaching in the WNBA or college. She really or a Division 1A college. Cynthia Cuba, one of the best ever. Yeah, man, I'm going to be watching that with a great deal. I'm going to be watching that with a great deal of interest. I'm actually thinking about doing HBCU content. I'm actually thinking about doing some it's going to be strictly on HBCUs. I'm actually thinking about doing that, particularly, but I don't think I want to start that till probably football season. I may take a Saturday or Sunday and do HBCU content. Straight up. And I've seen some HBCU content. Tiff! What's up, Tiff? There go my girl. There go my queen, Tiff. Good to see you back, baby. Good to see you back. But I'm just saying, man. Again, I'm in this sector. We in the Umar pro-black sector. That's great. But there has to be more diversity. I have to set myself above all. I have to do things that nobody else is doing. That's why I'm the Godfather. I have to put better content. It's incumbent upon me to put better content, give a better presentation, to be more intelligent, to present better, to function better. That don't mean I have to present more. I just have to be better. Just have to be better. And then, yes, there will be some fuckery. Trust me, I already know. There will be fuckery because that's what we do. But I just won't be doing it all the goddamn time. I have a debate coming up on Be Accountable's channel where I'm going to be debating on wrestling. I'm going to talk about the state of wrestling, whether or not wrestlers today are soft or not. I'm going to say wrestlers today are soft as opposed to those in the older days, older generations. I'm going to be debating against a guy that's channel is basically definitely nothing but wrestling. I don't expect to win, but again, I am the Godfather. I don't expect to win that debate, but I'm the Godfather, so I'm going to come correct and I'm going to come with it. Matter of fact, that debate is actually on the 24th, which is actually 2 weeks from now, 3 Saturdays from now. I'm looking forward to it. They are soft. I really do. Yes, wrestlers today are way more soft. I mean, these guys, man, those guys in the past, man, there's certain moves that they don't do now. I'm going to list a whole bunch of moves that they don't do now that they used to do back in the day. The time off thing, the traveling, all of that stuff. It's and then the complaints that they make. You got Roman Reigns putting in his contract. He want to be either the first or the last of every show. All this other stuff. You putting the curtains out for him and all this shit. Man, like really, come on. So, but we're going to get to it, baby. I need to talk about more Pan-African stuff. I need to talk about Kwame Nkrumah. I need to talk about Thomas Sankara. I need to talk about, Marcus Garvey Moore and other Pan-Africans. And people who basically like that ideology. I know Umar coined himself the Prince of Pan-African, but there were others that laid the framework of Pan-African that preceded Umar. There's Pan-Africans in the continent, there's Pan-Africans, a bunch of Pan-African black nationalists in America. There are Pan-African black nationalists in the Caribbean, Pan-African black nationalists in Latin America. Period. Booker T was a Pan-African. We need to talk about more Pan-Africanism. Professor Smalls. Those that don't know, brother Professor, I actually met Professor Smalls at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. Professor Smalls, he's on Sinetta TV sometimes. Professor Smalls is a Pan-African. There are a bunch of notable Pan-Africans that I can talk about in detail, intelligently about. We need to hear that because The whole premise behind the school for black boys is to have a Pan-African and to teach in a mass level Pan-African concepts, Pan-African ideas, Pan-African culture and values. The reconnection of all black people throughout the world. We are in a diaspora. A diaspora should not even exist. Should not even exist. Because we all should be in our motherland. Just like any other people. A diaspora was a function of white supremacy. That we're spread out. And being exiled from our culture, language, and heritage. That needs to be reconnected. As you see, as you all can see, it is a reason why I have that flag of Burkina Faso on my screen, because that is my country of origin that I looked up genetically. The region where my ancestors grew up in was in southern Burkina Faso and northern Ghana. Colonialism drove a line through it, just like the city of Houston drew a line on 288 to split up Third Ward. See, Third Ward was once connected. 288 split Third Ward in half, and now they call it Midtown. What's up, BMT? What's going on, BMT? Right? Mr. Mojo says, what African countries are in Pan-Africanism? I can't see Egypt or Morocco caring about other Africans. Well, first of all, Morocco and Egypt are basically dominated and controlled by Arabs. Those are not even true Africans, number one. Number one, there's a lot of Pan-Africans that live in Nigeria. There's a lot of Pan-Africans. The number one Pan-African country is probably Ghana. You got Pan-Africans in Senegal. You have Pan-Africans, particularly in Liberia, has a lot of Pan-Africans. Pan-Africans exist all over, particularly in the West. And you got Pan-Africans in South Africa. Definitely in South Africa. Definitely in South Africa. So, I mean, that's a fact. Those are a fact. You got the economic freedom fighters. You know, you got Joseph Malema. Joseph Malema is a Pan-African. These are facts. Now, you're not going to find Pan-Africanism in Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Morocco, Mauritania. No, you're not going to find Pan-Africanism in north of the Sahara Desert. But sub-Saharan Africa, which is all blacks, majority, you're going to see people that they're Kenyans, and Kenya and Uganda that are Pan-African. If you want to look at the east of Africa, I would say Ethiopia is Pan-African. To be honest with you, Bhutan God, I can't really tell the legitimacy of Gaddafi, because Gaddafi did have some things, but Gaddafi, I took offense to Muammar Gaddafi wanting to be the king of Africa. To me, I felt like Africans crowning a visitor to be the king of Africa. I know it was a very superficial ceremony, but I took offense to that bullshit. That's just how I feel. Hell, I have more legitimacy to saying I'm king of Africa than Muammar Gaddafi. Yeah, now there's certain East African countries, like say that there's certain like Eritrea and Ethiopia, they don't necessarily marry certain tribes. They don't like marrying outside of their tribe. Also, what's the other country? Kenya is not Kenya. Is it Kenya? Some Kenyans are like that too. But you know, every country is different. Every country is different. When you look at Kenya and Somalia is like that too. There's Somalians that don't believe in that also. What's up, Nick Ray? Got Nick Ray up in the house. See, I got people from all over all over Black YouTube coming in today. You got Third World Columbia, you got BMT, Nick Ray up in here. Shit, we doing the damn thing today. So Nick Ray says, I find that only Black America feels the need to identify themselves as African. It is because the Black man has never been at home in America. Well, brother Nick Ray, America has never been our home. I mean, what you're saying in itself is contradictory to the historical fact. The historical fact that America we can't be home in a continent that's not our continent of origin. We will never be at home here. The reason why we as Black people identify as being African because we have a genetic link to Africa. We have a genetic relationship because that's our continent of origin. No matter what we do as a people, you can never say, I am not African. Now, you may not want to say that term. You may not want to think, but other people will let you know of your Afrocentric heritage, whether you like it or don't like it. My dark skin, my kinky hair, my facial features are no different than any other African that you see on the continent. You don't come to another continent and all of a sudden your identity changes. No, you may culturally change, but your physical, your genetic heritage remains the same. Black people that procreate with other Black people will create other Black people, regardless of if you lived in South America, North America, Australia, Europe, or whatever. That's never going to change. You see, I think, Nick Ray, one of the greatest attributes that we have is our mindset towards not being a tribalistic people. See, tribalism is killing Africa right now. Black people don't look at other Black people in a position of tribes. He says, in Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean, why is that not the case? What is not the case? They're African too. Now, the reason why they may look at things from a cultural standpoint, because they are the majority of that country and they own it, they operate the country on its own. But they're still African. They're still African. They're not going to deny their African ancestry. They just have a functional country. We don't have a functional country. But let's be honest. Barbados and these other Caribbean countries, Britain controls those countries. Britain or France. Look what happened to the Haitian president. Do you really think that was just done by the people? Or do you think the American or the French government had a hand in killing that president? Look what happened to Aristide. There's always been a concerted effort by European countries to keep Haiti weak. There's always been a concerted effort to keep Haiti weak. Africans keep begging y'all to come home. When are Black Americans going to mass migrate back? Flacco, we're not going to migrate back to Africa until Africa gives us citizenship and allow us to build infrastructure. When Africa gives us they give us citizenship or an easy pathway to citizenship and to invest and control the infrastructure and economics, then more black people are going to come. We're not going to come there and build the infrastructure and then not even become citizens. That makes no sense. Give us citizenship, black people will come. Until they do that, it's not going to work. Give us a sense to go to these countries, go to Liberia, go to Ghana, go to Nigeria, and we become a citizen. Trade that citizenship in and build that country from something that we've done with our own hands. See, black people are used to building. Look at America. We built this country. What do we get for it? We've learned our lesson. What do we built this country for free. Almost 200 plus years of slavery. You know? We didn't get nothing for it. So why we go? If we're going to go to Africa and do that, we need to get something for it. What we need is citizenship and the ability to build infrastructure where we can control and operate. So those are things I would need in order for me to move. Matter of fact, I got people right now in Africa right now. I got several people right now, but I'm looking to possibly buy land. I can buy land. I can buy a plot of land for $5,000 in Burkina Faso. I can start a pig farm. I can start a chicken farm for cheap. I'm also looking at doing a water project. I've been doing these things. I haven't invested a dime yet, but I'm studying it. No, come on, man. No, Flock, stop it. Stop, Flacco. Ghana did offer some level of citizenship, a pathway. I'm not talking about, my thing is this, man. Yes, they want us to go to some class and learn about real estate and you can buy land and all that kind of stuff. But Ghana accepted $24 million for the return project of 2019, the right of return. Why would we go to Ghana and you got America got their hands all in your country? We can stay home and deal with that. What's up, be accountable? I'm going to say this. Also, man, we got to understand Black Americans are not going to go to Africa living in conditions that they think are less than survivable or comfortable. I'm not saying it has to be on the exact par with the United States, but some of these countries are going to have to be on second world status, at least close to first world, before a mass amount of black people decide. It's hard to when you're living in the best infrastructure in the world, and then you go down and live into some of the worst. That's too far of a in between, too far space to fall down from. That's too much of a space in between. If America's up here, if we're going to move to Africa, they need to be somewhere around here. You can't be down here at the bottom and expecting black people to make those adjustments. They're going to want to come back home to what we perceive as home. See, that's what I'm saying. Ghana and Nigeria are good if you got a decent income. We're talking about it being on the level or on par. Like, say, in Nigeria, Lagos is on par with a lot of American cities. We need about 5 to 6 more Lagos in Lagos, and Nigeria got over 100 million people, 150 million people. We need at least 3 to 4 more Lagos before black people really think about, okay, we can go to Lagos. not Lagos, and then the next 300 miles surrounding Lagos is the bush. So sorry, man. I love the bush. To be honest with you, when I go to Africa, I'm actually planning to go to Africa in about a year or two. I'm going to Burkina Faso. I want to go and experience the tribal experience. I want the tribal experience. But for me to live and deal with that, I don't know about that. Say, hold up, so they wanna enjoy the fruits of Mama Africa, but don't want to invest and make it better. They gotta come and recreate the environment and conditions they want to live in. But you gotta give me citizenship, Flop. You gotta basically, so as I come there, I need to fill out an application, pay you a great deal of money, whatever that amount is, and get the citizenship. That needs to happen within 3 to 6 months. African Americans are not going to go to Africa waiting 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10 years to get a citizenship. They're not doing that here. We're not going there to wait a decade to get a citizenship. We need to have that citizenship within 6 months to a year. It needs to be quick, to the point. We'll pay the fee, and we're good to go. That's what African Americans want. If you want the money we got, because if you look at us as a whole, we're $2 trillion plus people. If we were a standalone country, we'd be the 10th to 12th richest country in the world. So why wouldn't Africa give us those concessions, being that we have the type of financial, we have the financial status that we have, the type of financial prowess where we can easily come in with 10, 20, 30, 40 to $100,000 plus and start making some things happen. No, I'm not doing a panel tonight, Flop. Not tonight, man. I'm just having a discussion with everybody. Africa needs to give us a simple way to citizenship, not a complicated path to citizenship. And I know you're going to say, we just can't let everybody in. Well, number one, everybody ain't coming in. Only the people with money and with an Afrocentric mindset is coming in. Pookie and Ray Ray down the block don't care nothing about Africa. But me, Dr. Bombay, and others, Umar Johnson, and others, Tiffany Griff, we care about Africa. We're willing to do it. I know that. You're right. You are right. You have to turn over your American citizenship. No, you're right. Most African Americans are not ready to do that. You know why we're not ready to do that? Because Americans are going to only do that if they have a financial interest. For me to give up my American citizenship, where I'm living in has to be on somewhere close to American standards. And I have to be successful in what I'm doing. Americans are willing to give up their citizenship. There are a lot of disgruntled black people that have a certain level of income that they're willing to give it up if the environment is right. They will give it up in an instant. Now, most are not. Most are not. What I would say, man, I think that we need to say a country like Ghana or Cote d'Ivoire or something like that, or Gambia or something like that. We need to take a country like that, put hundreds of millions of dollars in the infrastructure, build it up to look like an Americanized or westernized city that's controlled, owned, and operated. We don't need any interference from France, Britain, or the United States. Then that would be the right environment for black people to say, hell, Gambia is where it's at. Make Gambia like Atlanta. You know? People be willing to do that. So Vuitton Don says, Darrell, how would you get around the African leadership who have taking IMF and World Bank loans. Now, you're all right about that. They have taken a lot of loans, you're right, and will keep these countries in total failure for the next century or two. Now, that's on them. I'm not going to no country that owe China $100 billion. What the government does is on them. I'm going to have to say this. Pay to get them out and finance your own politicians that will not do business with them. The business that Africa has done with other countries has done nothing but hurt Africa. It has not helped Africa at all. The business that Africa does with France does not help Africa. The business that Africa does with Britain, the United States, with China, it helps the other countries and it hurts Africa. That is poor. That is poor political. That is poor political decision making. Hell no. Yeah, of course you're not, Flacco. You just got the damn thing. Why would you if you just got it? He said, look, I'll be honest with you. I'm not exchanging my American citizenship for my citizenship back home. Y'all can have that African citizenship. I'm going to keep my American citizenship. Right? You saying that shit now. Did they do some shit, some genocidal shit to a black American, you'd be saying something totally different. But I'm going to say this. It seems like when it comes to Pan-Africanism, everybody holds the black American to a high standard than other people. It appears that way to me. Everybody seems to want the black American to do all kinds of things. But what about the black British person? Black Britain's got money. The black UK is not broke. There's over 5 million black Frenchmen, black people that live in France. They ain't broke either. And they may not got American money, but they ain't broke either. There's millions. There's a few million black people that live in Canada. The richest black people in the world, outside of Nigeria or in Africa, is the United States, Great Britain, Canada, okay, and the Caribbean countries. All these countries are not broke. Particularly when you're talking about the UK, America, and Canada, and France. These are not broke black. These people are not broke. When black Canadians are not broke. Most of the black UK citizens come from the Caribbean and Africa anyway. These people are making a good living in these countries. Black Americans are definitely ain't the richest, actually, when you really look at it. So the onus of ownership of doing better should not strictly be on us. We also need to pressure the black Afro-Latino, the black Canadian to do the same. How come the black Englishman is not doing it either? Yeah, they're going to Italy increase. And see, what's going to happen, guys, and I'm going to say this, there will be a browning of Europe. Europe has a lot of Africans that are moving to those countries, just like the Hispanic people are moving into the United States. You will see a blackening of Europe, never seen before. And I think that's something we need to watch for, because there is a healthy percentage of black people that live in France. France is the blackest European country, but there is. France and England. You don't have a lot of black people living in other countries, but they definitely live in France, and they definitely live in France, and they live in England. That's a definite. You see some black people living in Germany and some other countries. The Eastern European countries, nobody want to go there. Nobody trying to go to Russia, Slovenia, and all these other little poor socialist societies. But Western Europe has black people, and they living good. So I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at it for what it is. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Stefan. The European birth rate is in the negative, so black population is going to explode in Europe. It will. And before you know it, there will be something genocidal that may happen in some of these countries. Because that has been historically what white people do when they feel in fear of being wiped out genetically by black people. There will be something that will a worldwide crisis because now Europe don't look as white as it used to look. But to be honest with you, Africa should be in a place where Africans are not trying to leave. You're leaving away from the richest resources on the planet. Why are you trying to leave Africa? The Chinese trying to build an Asia in Africa, a China in Africa. The Chinese want the eastern shore of Africa. They want colonies. They want to create their own country. So they can have 300 to 400 million Chinese living in Africa. And then you got these people in Nigeria and Ghana, they marrying these Chinamen, these Chinamen, and creating these biracial children that are going to be slaves to China and not to Africa. They're creating binary codes. I hate to say it, there's a binary code born every day. These Chinese are taking African women. There's a binary code born every goddamn day in Africa. You're going to see an increase of Malaysians or African, whatever you want to call it, African and Asian, an Afro-Asian. And of all cities, in all countries, China treats black people horrible. China treats Africans in a very despicable manner. Yeah, Stefan. There's a binary born every day, binary code born every day, an Afro-Asian born every day. The West population decline has been occurring for the last 30 years. It's been at negative 1% or more for the last. All of Europe has a negative birth rate. America has had a negative birth rate since the 80s. And it's going to continue to decline. That's facts. Matter of fact, I would go out on a limb and say the birth rate of the European is probably the biggest problem that Europeans are secretly attempting to solve. And they're in panic mode. And they think by reducing the populations of other people that it's going to make that's not going to it's going to somehow make it not appear like they're the minority. We've already known you're the minority. By you trying to get black people to no longer procreate with each other by doing things such as alternative lifestyles and rainbow perspectives, which can slow down population growth. You're still producing 1.5 children a year per couple on average. You're only having 1.5 children. That's not enough. You need 2 to 3 children to sustain a generation. You're doing 1.5%, 1.5 children. It's not enough. If you want to protect and don't want us to procreate with you, well, that's fine. That is a must. Understand that. But you have to create more children. Instead of you having 1 or 2 children, you're gonna have to start having 3, 4, and 5, whether you can afford it or not. That's the only way. That's way too much of us. Way too. We're everywhere. It's never going to be enough of black people. Black people are all over. So guys, appreciate you all for coming. I'm going to go ahead and put my Cash App up. For those that want to donate to the Janice House, you can donate to the Janice House here, $Darrell77. Before I wrap up, guys, what I want to do is talk to you all about tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be doing a pre-lecture show showing me going to see Umar Johnson. I'm going to have my camera out. I'm probably going to view things on my, I'm probably going to do it on my phone, probably going to do it on my iPad. I'm probably going to be on my iPad, and I'm going to take the ride to there. I'll be talking to you all. I'm going to open up the panel from the jump. I'm just going to open up the panel. I want everybody to come up. I'm going to chop it up with everybody. I am going to talk to you all about the lecture. Talk to you all. I'm going to go to the black market that they have in the morning. I'm going to go to that and have a good time. I'm going to buy some paraphernalia and stuff. I'm going to buy a book. I got somebody that want me to buy a book for them. Hopefully they'll have it, and I'll buy the book. Okay? So I'm going to go there. I'm going to have a good time. And I'm going to converse with you up until the point that the lecture starts. Once the lecture starts, I'm going to end the live stream and just record it so everybody can see. That's kind of what I'm going to do. I might leave it on, but leave it live so y'all can at least hear and see. I might do that, but I'm going to be quiet. But I do think it will give you all an opportunity to see the live stream, or to see it live, or I'm going to record it and post it. And then the next day I'm going to do a review. I may do some reviews and snippets of it for the following week, pre-recorded stuff. Okay? So with that being said, guys, donate to the Janice House, Darrell77. Appreciate the love. I had a good time. It was fun. I did an hour 38 minutes. I think that was great enough. No panel today. I just feel like I don't want to have a long, all drawn out live stream. I'm getting hungry. I want to eat. Y'all have a great night. Peace.